David Bedingfield in third place. Sorry, you're interested in him, Jeff. He's, in my opinion, he's got to get through this. He's got to get through this. He's got to make it through this.
Welcome back to the vlog. I went to London straight from New York and hosted Triton London, my second time hosting a Triton event.
I'm here with Dwan on the break at the short deck main event. Tom, you love the short deck. You always make it up for the main event. What's so special about this game?
I think short deck is a really cool game, largely because the equities, like if you have aces versus a lot of hands, you're maybe 80-20 and no limit hold'em. In short deck, you're like 65-35.
Yeah.
So basically the better hand doesn't have as big an edge, and that ends up changing the whole game. Where no limit, if people are playing tight and you don't play somewhat tight yourself, you're losing a lot. In short deck, people can get in there and gamble and they don't get taxed that much for it. And so I think the whole game just turns up differently because of it. A lot of people who gamble a lot like short deck more. So.
Yeah. So you're known as being super aggressive. Do you still have that style, or has your play kind of evolved over the years?
I would say generally I'm still probably being pretty aggressive, but every now and then you gotta, try to not bluff someone because it looks like they're gonna call you, but
yeah.
I forget to do that a lot of the time and still go for it anyway. But I didn't bluff like 2 times. I was gonna get called today, so I feel good. So
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Tom, and I'll let you get back in there.
thanks.
Thank you.
And it went amazing.
Welcome to Triton Super High Roller London. My name is Marle Cordero. I'll be your host, joined by my 2 co-hosts, Randy Lowe and Jeff Gross. We're about to kick off the seat draw for tomorrow's £1 million event. Randy, what makes this event so special?
This event, not only did it have the biggest tournament buy-in in poker history.
This is the biggest buy-in we've ever had. There's $1 million tournaments in the past, but this is going to be in pounds. So that's like, what, $1.2, $1.3 million.
And they pulled out all the stops.
It is day 2 of the Triton 1 million. We are doing the final seat draw for the final 3 tables. Only 11 will cash, so we're not really close to the bubble yet, but it is getting down to the wire. One person's life is going to change, other than mine.
Just being around people that are so damn good at what they do. I obviously got a little bit of a taste of that in Montenegro, but this was just bigger and better and in every way stepped up their game. They also had a break desk feature, which was new to Triton. And day 1, they threw me into the break desk, my first time doing it ever.
And Randy, talk a little bit about the charity aspect of this and how much we're going to raise and how important that is.
Well, so far we got $2.7 million confirmed for charity.
All right, so we're going to turn it back over to you guys in the 25K Turbo and pick up action there with Randy and Jeff and get it going.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
The interviews went great overall.
I am here with Triton Ambassador Jason Kuhn. You are in the short deck main event over here. For the fans at home, tell us what's so special about this game.
It's amazing because you get to play just about every hand. No limit hold'em, you'll go card dead and you'll have jack deuce or king 3 and you'll have to fold, but the beauty of this game is there's no 5s through deuces, so you just always have something you can play.
And higher variance, more luck. I think it's why Rex are joining and people just feel like they have a chance no matter what.
Yeah, you do have a chance. In the long run, it's a very, the skill's going to win, but there are tons of swings along the way, and it makes it a more fun game for the recreational player.
Definitely, and one of your best friends just won the 25K. You just told me you guys learned together, you played your very first hand with him. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, he played his very first hand of short deck with me. I'm the old man of the group now, which is amazing because whenever I was coming up in poker, David Benefield was one of my biggest heroes, and I remember I was like shaking in my boots the day I met him. And it was many years ago, and we became really good friends, and it makes me feel so good to finally see him close out a tournament because he's been at so many big final tables and has never got the win, so today's the day.
It's really come full circle for us. I'm going to let you get back in there, but thank you so much.
Thank you, Marle.
Thank you.
Got to interview Linus Lowe again.
I am here with Linus Lowe, the champion of the 25K. It has been quite a week for you. You played this event on day 1, took some time off, played the 50K, and now you're back. How did that structure work for you, and how did you manage that?
I thought it was quite nice. I had quite a few tournaments to play, and no downtime pretty much. So yeah, I had a lot of poker to play and it worked out.
Arguably the best online player in the world right now.
With such a strong online background, is this something that you've always aspired to do, have a big live tournament win?
Yeah, I mean, taking home the trophy is definitely something to write home about, so looking forward to that.
Awesome. We can cross it off your list now. We're going to have you sign the camera lens as a Triton tradition. Yep. Let's do here.
The biggest thing that strikes me from doing these events is just people's processes and the level of focus and I don't know, just their ability to put blinders on and just kind of do what needs to be done. And they're literal machines. They don't stop. They just fire bullet after bullet. They fire tournament after tournament. These are the toughest fields there are. They're playing for huge money, life-changing money for anybody. I don't care how rich you are. Maybe if you're a billionaire, you don't care. But for most people, especially these pros, they aren't billionaires. So it is life-changing money, any of these first place prizes. So the fact that they are able to compartmentalize shows that that's such a critical part of poker. And it also shows that I need to stop being so emotional. I obviously got to talk to Charlie Carroll, who won an event. I believe it's his first Triton he ever came to, and he won an event.
I am here with Charlie Carroll, the winner of the 50K event. Your very first Triton, $1.3 million. How does it feel?
I feel pretty dead inside. That tends to be the way when I'm playing poker, just like a general contentness when I'm playing. But in about 3 to 4 hours, oh no, I'm about to play 100K. In about 1 to 2 days, it's going to kick in and I'm going to be ecstatic.
How do you get to that place? I saw you meditating outside. Is it just training or how do you get there?
That's a good question. I have a general emotional proclivity, I think, to focus and be pretty dead inside when I'm doing stuff, because I feel like it's a bit of a defense mechanism that naturally occurs because I'm such an emotional person usually. So meditation does help if I'm feeling a bit anxious or if I'm feeling a bit, what's a good word for it? If my foot's doing this a bit too much, then I know that I need to meditate. But generally it's something that came pretty naturally.
Awesome, well good to hear. We're gonna let you hop in the 100K now and get back to the guys in the booth.
Cheers, Mike. Good to meet you, by the way. Yeah, man.
Talked to Rua Cow, who was the one who asked me to host the Fortnite team Cooler, who owns the team.
I'm here with Rua Cow, chip leader and defending champion of the short deck main event. How good would it feel to win this event back to back?
I haven't won it back to back yet, but hopefully I will.
It would be amazing. You're also, people don't know at home, you founded an esports team, Fortnite, that just won the World Cup. Tell us about how you got involved in that.
Basically, I always liked video games, and that's why I played poker with my friends back then who played video games. And now that I have some funds, I just decided to invest some in my passion. So.
Nice. So what do you think the similarities are between poker and esports?
I think especially Fortnite is very similar because they're part of variants. So there are a lot of variants, and you need good mentor and not to tier to play good. And I think I can help my players on that.
Awesome. Well, good luck too, and we're going to let you get back in there.
Okay. Thank you, Marle.
Thank you so much.
Really nice guy. He's got a background in gaming and obviously has his hand in so many games and so many aspects of that world. So it was awesome to talk to him. And it was awesome to wear a trench coat inside. People told me it was going to be wet in London, so I came prepared. I thought maybe it would rain inside. I don't really know what I was going with there. Sometimes fashion choices are a swing and a miss. Yeah, I went out one night with Lex and the producer James, and as well as our friend Ben Sprague, who's also a streamer.
Oh yeah. Imagine you get food and whatever.
I don't really do much going out or sightseeing. I hate sightseeing. I just don't like it. Like, I guess I feel like I see it and then I'm just like, okay. you know, I've included several of my interviews here, and there's a bunch more on YouTube if you want to check out their YouTube channel. I'll put their link below, and you can check out the rest of those and the rest of the action. Thanks again for watching, and I will be back soon. Bye.
That's good. I am back with Paul Poix, Triton founder. You are now the chip leader. How does it feel to have this big climb up and be on top at this point?
I think it's always good to be the chip leader, but in this instance, you know, if you lose one pot, someone will overtake you as the chip leader.
The chip stacks are pretty close.
Yes.
Do you think it's how high are the variance here? I mean, it's anybody's game, really.
Yes, I agree with you. It's anybody's game, but I'm in a good position. You know, and I'm also happy. It's 3 Malaysians, 4 left. You know, so yes, try to do my best.
Yeah, absolutely. And I assume you're going for the first place. The trophy is more important to you than anything. What are you going to do to make sure you secure that win?
Try to play well. You know, if I get the trophy, it's, of course it will be ecstatic. You know, if I don't get it, if I play well, I will still be happy. Yeah.
This is like the biggest Triton event that's ever happened. How does it feel to have built this and so many people coming out to support?
We feel, you know, a sense of pride. You know, the brand has been growing stop after stop. We are very lucky to have a lot of friends, poker pros, to support the event. You know, we try to make it as fun and as comfortable for players to want to come back every time. You know, and in this talk we see a lot of new faces, maybe 20% of new faces. So very, very happy.
Yeah, it's growing and growing, and we're going to let you get back in there and get back to the action.
Okay, thank you, Marle.
Thank you so much, Paul.